Hello! So a lot of you probably saw my fantasy book haul that Merlin did for me. I did that because once I had enough books to do a book haul, I was too sick to do it. And I looked at all the books and I realized they were all fantasy, so I thought it would be a good idea to have Merlin come and do it for me. But Merlin took so long in getting here that by the time that he got here, I had actually ended up with a few non-fantasy books. It was definitely Merlin's laziness. Not mine, Merlin. And I managed to slip a few past him in that haul, but I didn't want to push my luck too much. He's a very picky person. So this is kind of like a part 2 to that haul. It's very small, there's only 7 books, but they're worth hauling anyway, so let's go ahead and show them to you. Now I'm probably going to title this a contemporary book haul, but there's actually a non-fiction book and 3 classic books in it too. But since I'm probably going to name it that, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with a contemporary, Augie and Me, which is the 3 novellas that go along with Wonder by R.J. Palico. I don't know how to say people's names. I really enjoyed Wonder, so I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be the perfect thing for me to read after reading a more intense or violent book, because I really need a lighthearted contemporary after those. I'm especially excited for the Julian chapter, because if I have one complaint about Wonder, it's that we didn't get to see from the point of view of Julian. So I'm really especially excited about that. This next book I have is one that I've already read, Summer of the Gypsy Moths by Sarah Pennypacker. This is a middle grade contemporary, which made me think of like a gender swapped version of the book I wrote, because my book is about 2 boys who hate each other but have to rely on each other to survive, and this is about 2 young girls who hate each other but they have to rely on each other to survive. They aren't surviving in the wilderness like Nat and Eric in my book, but what's happening is that Stella is living with her grandmother and Angel is a foster kid that they took in, and then the grandmother dies and neither of them want to go to another foster home, so they end up working together to keep everyone believing that their grandmother is still alive. It was really good if you want a slightly heavier but still kind of lighthearted contemporary. It's not the best book I ever read, but I enjoyed it enough to buy my own copy. It had some creepy parts at the beginning, you know, with the grandma death thing. How about we go ahead and haul one of the classics I got. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. This copy is very extremely beautiful, and it does not match my copy of And Then There Were None, which I would have really liked to have gotten the version that matched that, but this version's just so pretty that I couldn't not get it. I mean, look at it. Classics don't usually do well with good covers, but this is a really nice cover. Like, I would probably pick this book up even if I had never heard of it. Look at the end page. That's really nice. If I enjoy it enough, I might end up getting a copy that matches my copy of And Then There Were None, just so I can have it in my collection. But right now, this copy will definitely suffice. And then I have Understanding Intelligent Design by William A. Dembski and Sean McDowell. This is the nonfiction book I picked up. I really don't know much about it. I believe it is the argument of creation versus evolution. I got it at a apologetics conference that I was at. They had books out for sale and it was the last day of the conference, and I thought I might as well grab a book, but the books were like dwindling down really quickly, so I kind of just grabbed the first one I saw, and this is the one I ended up with. I'm really not sure when I'll ever get around to it, but I'm glad to have it. The next 2 books I have is Oliver Twist and The Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Like I just said, classic novels don't usually do very well in good covers, and Charles Dickens especially doesn't seem to have very many good copies of his books. So when I saw these 2, of course I had to grab a couple. They're still not the best covers in the world. Well, Great Expectations is pretty cool. Oliver Twist isn't the best, but it's definitely cooler than a lot that I've seen. I am a little worried that they might be abridged, because they seem very short in both height and width, and I'm pretty sure these are both supposed to be really long books. They have some pretty tiny print, but I'm still very scared about the fact that they're so short. I love A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and I want to read more of his works, and I've been wanting to for a long time, so I'm happy to have them. I'm just really, really scared that they might be abridged. And finally, the last book that I have in this haul that I'm really excited for, My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Beckman. I've seen this author's name around a lot, especially recently. I feel like a lot of people are talking about his works, and this title is just really cool, and the synopsis is really cool too. It's about a little girl who, after her grandmother dies, she finds a bunch of letters her grandmother wrote apologizing to people, and then she decides to go around delivering the letters. I've also been wanting to branch out a little and go into adult books, and I've done that a little, and so far it hasn't gone too well, but this book really makes me excited, and I'm pretty sure it's adult. It may be young adult, but I'm like 90% sure that it is adult. Then again, I was also 90% sure that this was fully contemporary, but a lot of people on Goodreads have shelved it as fantasy, which makes me even more interested in it, because now I want to know why people are shelving it as fantasy, what sort of magical elements it has in it. So this has been the smallest book haul ever. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I need to talk fast because my battery is low on the camera, and I don't have a spare one, so I can't keep filming if it goes out. These are all the books I hauled. I hope you enjoyed, hope you like and share and whatever. I just need to talk fast right now. Thumbnail? This has been the smallest book haul ever. Goodbye. Rah!